I'm Iris, and it is the middle of summer, which is my favorite season because the weather is perfect for grilling and the cherries are just perfect this time of year. Today we are making grilled cherry cobbler. Did you even know that you can make that on the grill? Well, we're about to. So we're gonna start with our biscuit topping. We have our cake flour, sugar, kosher salt, a little bit of baking soda, and baking powder. Give that a whisk. These are our dry ingredients. And then we actually have here some very cold buttermilk and melted butter. Give that a little stir, and then we're gonna pour it straight into this cold buttermilk. And we're gonna gently stir while the cold buttermilk solidifies that melted butter. So what you have when you have these chunks of butter, it helps give your dough some additional flakiness since it will melt when it's on the grill, leaving these air pockets, which translate into flakiness. And then we're just gonna give it a little stir. Because this is cake flour, it actually has a lower protein content, so you don't have to worry too much about overworking it like you might if you had an all-purpose flour. So before we roll this out, we're just going to prep our workstation. With very clean hands, a little bit of a dusting of your cake flour, and roll this out gently into about a 9-inch round. So as you're working this, it doesn't have to be a perfect circle. Don't worry too much about it. You know, the more imperfect, the more rustic it is, more homemade. It's very in this summer. You can pop it in the fridge to rest while we work on the cherry filling. All right, so we're gonna get to the cherries. We have these beautiful fresh cherries. We're just gonna pit them. So these fresh cherries are so great, but if you don't have fresh, you can also use frozen ones, canned ones. Fresh is the best, of course, but if you can't do that, no one will really be able to tell the difference. The biggest challenge with this recipe is not eating all of your cherries before they get into the cobbler. So I'm just gonna finish up the rest of these cherries. Okay, great. So once you have the rest of your cherries pitted, we can add the rest of the ingredients. So here we have just some plain white sugar, tapioca starch. We have our cinnamon and then kosher salt. Salt is really important in your baked goods and in your sweets because it really brings out all the other flavors, the sweetness, believe it or not, and the tartness of the cherries. Last but not least, we have the juice of 1 lemon. Again, that freshness, the acidity, it's gonna help break down some of that cherry. Then we're just gonna use our smallest whisk and give it a stir. You can use a spoon or a bigger whisk if you'd like. Look at that, that sugar is already dissolving, already getting nice and thick from the tapioca starch. All right, gang, this is our vessel for this cobbler that's gonna be able to go right on the grill. So make sure you have a cast iron or something that's completely grill safe, oven safe. Then we have our biscuit topping. It's been resting in the fridge to solidify a little bit, and we're just gonna pop this directly onto our cast iron. It will definitely look homemade. Okay, so this is almost ready for the grill. The last final touch, we have a little bit of heavy cream. You can also use some butter, but we are just going to glaze the top of this. Amazing. Okay, so now we are ready to go to the grill. Okay, so we are just gonna pop this directly onto the grill. Let it go for about 45 minutes. See you later. All right, guys, I'm so excited to try our grilled cherry cobbler. Woo! Okay, and of course we're pairing it with some vanilla ice cream. We're gonna go for it, just right in the middle. Let's ruin this pie. I'm speechless. Okay, we're gonna add a little bit of ice cream. How perfect is this little bite? How perfect is this bowl or bite, depending on how big your mouth is. Here we go, guys. A little bite of ice cream. Here we go. So good. The biscuit is so flaky. The ice cream, of course, is just an amazing partner to this dish. I'm so excited to finish this little bowl, this little treat. All right, guys, thanks so much. This was a grilled cherry cobbler, and this was Bussin Eats. See you next time.